It was a medical breakthrough, and it took place in the northeast. On an autumn day more than 3 decades ago, Kaylee Davidson-Ollie became the first child in the UK to successfully receive a heart transplant. The operation saved Kaylee's life and put Newcastle's Freeman Hospital in the international spotlight. Professor John Dark began work at the Freeman around that time. He recalls the excitement surrounding transplant surgery.
There was a great buzz around the place, a great buzz around transplantation. We were only the 3rd centre in the UK. Everything else was being done down in the south, and we felt we were planting a flag for the north of England.
It was in 1985 that the first adult heart transplant took place at the Freeman. The recipient was a local woman. The first paediatric transplant came 2 years later in 1987. Since then, more than 1,180 heart transplants have been carried out at the hospital. Recipients include more than 320 children.
Hey Chris,
hi,
how are you doing?
I'm
You're
all
right.
right.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's lovely to see you.
Yeah, it's
you
lovely.
look really well.
Christopher Richardson was born with a heart condition and had his first operation at just a few days old. He received a heart and lung transplant 11 years ago and has since competed in the transplant games.
When I was before the transplant, I was like in a wheelchair, like very blue, very like couldn't do much. But now I can do most things. I'm just very proud to be part of the transplant story and just amazed.
We are definitely a family, and when things get really tough, we pull together and we take great pride in what we do. It really makes it all worthwhile, the long late nights and the stress and the heartache sometimes when you see someone like Chris living life to the full, that beautiful smile of his and his just enjoyment of life makes it, you can't put a price on it, it's wonderful.
Colin GELDARD and his wife Avril can also savour each day as a result of his new heart. Colin's condition developed in adulthood. He received a transplant in 2010.
If it wasn't for Freeman, there's absolutely no shadow of a doubt I would not be here. And I'm just one of many that's gone through that system.
At home in Barnard Castle, Colin told me how his experiences have changed his entire outlook.
You've been given this extra chance to have another go at your life, have time with your wife and kids, see grandchildren, all these things. Most people take for granted. We don't. We never ever do.
The success of this unit is striking, but the number of heart transplants taking place is relatively small. Crucially though, the knowledge gained by surgeons carrying out these operations has wider benefits for patients with less serious heart conditions.
A lot gets spun out that's applied in the medical clinics. There are similar spin-outs to our day-to-day cardiac surgery. The lessons you learn in the management of the very sick heart during a transplant operation can be applied to better management of those with hearts that are less so sick, having cardiac surgery.
Heart transplantation gave Kaylee Davidson-Ollie the gift of life and meant that last October she and her family celebrated her 30th birthday. As medical techniques move on, this pioneering unit will be able to offer new treatments and new hope to many more people.